Hello again, it's Egwin from Scope of Life. Once again, I welcome you on a very beautiful day that is. We're close to a river, which is perfect as today we're talking about the exercise that has to do with the water element in traditional Chinese medicine. It's the exercise number 6 of our Baduan Jin tutorial. So after that, 2 more to go, then we're finished with the beginner's version. The exercise number 6 works around the kidney area and also the bladder area. The whole bladder meridian on the rear of your back and your legs gets stretched, and the kidneys get a nice workout as soon as you take the breathing with you into this exercise. I just run through the exercise so that you have a slight impression again, as always. Just 1 breath ahead. Inhalation, and then start rolling down. 1 vertebra after another, starting from the head, rolling down the whole spinal column until you reach the hip joints. You come down in this nice little stretch, and as soon as you're down here, you grab your toes. Release the head. Coming back up. And back in. Now that's the whole exercise, not too difficult as you can see. There's a couple of important things as always. We roll down, starting from the head, 1 spinal segment after another. As soon as we've reached the limit of the bendability of our spine, then we bend in the hip joints, the legs remain straight, so don't bend in your knees, just keep your knees straight, and then your fingers, they will grab the toes. That's actually also the name of the exercise, grabbing the toes. Now, when you're down there, one more important thing, just pull the head up a little bit so that your face doesn't look backwards, but rather that your face looks straight to the ground. What I mean is this: you roll down, 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 your legs are straight, you grab your toes, your head is pulled up a little bit so that your face is pointing towards the earth. Then you just let your head sink down again, relax. And then without bending the knees, you just roll your body back up. Come back up, come back up, come back up, and relax. This relaxation in the end is very important. So from down here, you come up. Notice my shoulders might be a little tense here. And then I relax and just let everything sink back down again. Next step, you open your arms and grab the rear of your body. Now, when you go back here, notice where I have my palms. The area that I'm marking out now, so this area here, that's still my hip bones. What I don't want to do is just grabbing my bum. What I want to do is make sure that the whole palm of my hand is actually resting comfortably on my hip bones back here, even with the palm, the wrist side of the palm. I even press a little bit into my lower spine, not really press into it as in terms of pushing something towards the front, rather a resting element. So what I want to have, quite nice to see here, is this triangle shape. Because the next thing is that we're going to bend backwards. So you just raise the head again and then come backwards in order not to damage your lower spine. And that's why we use the arms to actually transfer part of the weight of our upper body into our hip joints, rather than having all the bending motion resting completely in the lower spinal column, which isn't too good if you're not trained to do so. As this is a health exercise, it's very important to do things gentle. That's also why we are using certain postures in order to avoid injuries. And also in this case, it's the connectivity between the palms, which are considered fire element in traditional Chinese medicine, and the lower back area, which is considered the water element. So it's a nourishing posture once again. I just do the movement, we just came back up, I relax, I just open my arms a little bit, grab my rear, and start once again from the top, rolling one vertebra after another, until I reach my shoulder area. Now I start pushing my pelvis to the front. I haven't been talking when I've been down there. There's a reason for it. One very important thing is you have to open your mouth as soon as you're opening up your head to the rear. Otherwise, if you keep your mouth shut, you will build a lot of tension here in your jaw area, which isn't really a good thing. What we want is a relaxation movement, a nourishing movement, not something that builds tension and creates much more strain. So, let's run through this whole thing once again. Or rather the second part once again first. So from here, just coming back. Notice that for coming back up, once again, the motion starts from down here, not from the head. So when we're back there, it's not the head trying to come back up. It's actually the pelvis, and that's very important. It's actually my pelvis, my hips, that are pushing backwards. And by doing so, by pushing the hips back via this triangle, my whole upper body gets pushed back up in a centered and upright position. And that's exactly what we want to have here. Now, just do the exercise once again. We've done the main things already. That's all you need to know for the exercise. So you just roll down. That would be one big exhalation. You just grab your toes. You're down here for a couple of breaths. Inhalation, exhalation, inhalation, exhalation. You just let your head sink down again. You roll back up. That's an inhalation. Exhalation, you relax. Inhalation, you bring your arms to the rear. Exhalation. Inhalation, coming back up. Exhalation, relaxing. And once again, inhalation. And one big exhalation to roll back down again. Let the head sink down again, coming back up, rolling back up. Take your time. You can do it as slow as you want and as slow as your breath allows you to. I'm doing it a little faster here. Just trying not to make the video too long so that you have more chance of looking at it more often. Now there is one more important thing that needs to be said. When you roll down and your hamstrings are too tight and so you don't have the ability to grab your toes, something like that for instance, then still just don't let your hands or your arms just simply hang down. Make sure to close them to the rear of your legs. That's a very important thing because what you want to do, you want to sort of symbolize a kidney with the kidney hilus, the area where all the vessels come into the kidney. You want to sort of symbolize this shape by doing this exercise, apart from the obvious stretching movement and apart from the breathing, which we're going over in greater detail in the slightly advanced version. Just make sure when you're down there to make nice abdominal breathing. That's covered in a separate video series. Just make sure that your belly is moving, because if you're down there and your belly is moving as you're breathing, you might notice this slight like pumping motion back here in my spine. And that's actually the part where the kidneys get a nice internal massage. That's what we're looking for in this exercise. This exercise will calm you. You might have noticed that around here, the area is rather calm, apart from a couple of kids taking a bath back there. Also, it will ground yourself really nice. It will help you with your thermal situation, meaning, for instance, if you feel very cold in winter and you're doing this exercise in a warm surrounding, then it will actually help you to stay warm longer when you get back out into cold temperatures. All that's connected with kidney energy, with bladder energy, has to do also with sex drive, with your fertility. So that's also a very nice exercise to balance those parts out. It's the 6th exercise already, as I said. I think that's all that's to be said for this time. And yeah, if you have any questions, any comments, just leave them in the comment box, or as always, if you have more personal questions, make sure to contact me via the email address or visit the blog scopeoflife.com. Once again, I wish you a pleasant further day. Have a great time and see you again soon. Take care.